Alright, I am officially an Alaskan. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing pretty good. I'm just preparing for the crazy week ahead. I'm leaving for Fairbanks tomorrow because I booked a special little Airbnb for myself for Christmas, and I've already rescheduled the reservation once. And once I realized what the temperatures were going to be there, it's looking like -33. It was too late for me to cancel and get any of my money back, so we're going. My trip was going to be 2 weeks there, and I think it's still probably going to be 2 weeks. And yeah, it's looking about -30 the entire time I'm going to be there. I'm talking the highs and the lows. It's all the same. So, we are just doing a few things to prepare for these temperatures. I've never experienced cold weather like that before in my life. And the first thing we did was get an oil pan heater for Miss Ginger. That's what Toyota recommended me to get at the very minimum. That is going to, do what it says. It's going to heat my oil up in the morning, make for an easier start, and it's also indirectly going to add a little warmth to my battery, which will also help her start up right. So I'm excited for that little addition. I think Ginger will appreciate that. And now we're just going to go run a few more errands to make my life a little less miserable next week. 1 degree. Nice. All right, next on the list is a balaclava. Is that how you say it? I need a covering for my entire face. I'm gonna be looking crazy in these videos that I make for you guys in Fairbanks, but hopefully I'll be a tiny bit warm, just a tiny bit. That's all I'm asking for. Alright, next stop is the Walmart. We need copious amounts of hand and foot warmers, an extension cord for my oil pan heater, and some food to make dinner tonight. Man, I've had bad luck with Walmart recently. Just cannot find the things that I'm looking for. It's funny because I was staring at the extension cords. There's a man staring at them too. And come to find out we're both looking for cords for the same thing. Well, he was looking for a cord for a block heater, and I was looking for an oil pan heater, but same thing. And nothing was heavy duty or good enough, so I'm gonna have to go somewhere else for that extension cord. When I asked you guys to share some of your favorite camp meals, several of you said chili mac, and I have never had this before. Macaroni and cheese and chili mixed together. So we're gonna give it a try. We're not gonna be camping tonight, but who cares? We can still try out your recommendation. Now, what chili should I get? I feel like this can make or break it. We have the Hormel, Stag, I guess Hormel or Stag, or Amy's. The internet says this is the best one for Chili Mac, so I'm gonna listen to it. Lunchtime! I cannot do another errand until I have tacos. I never said this was a health food channel, okay? Your girl loves Taco Bell. Always and forever. Such a beautiful sight.
Thank you guys. Have a good day.
Next stop, Home Depot, and they better have this extension cord because I want to be done with errands and off to home for the night, which is not going to be my 4Runner. The first time in 3 months that I've rented a place to myself. I'm very excited. I thought it would be nice to just be separate from the 4Runner while I clean it and organize it as best as I can for the epic adventure tomorrow and the next week. So if Home Depot doesn't have it, then nobody does. Nobody in Anchorage. They will have it. All right, that's where I need to go. There are a few things that I hate more than looking for things at Home Depot. And right as I said that, I found what I needed within 10 seconds. I can't believe that's never happened before in my entire life. Like, I just walked right into it. Amazing. Oh yeah. Oh yes, that's what we need. We need the value pack. And well, I need toe warmers too. Do you have toe warmers? I mean, I'll just do hands. That's fine. It's only 2:30 and the sun's already going down. What the heck? We got the extension cord and a value pack of hand warmers. So we're pretty much set. I will survive Fairbanks. I will. Okay. Off to the tiny home! Oh my goodness, you guys. It's a couch. Oh my gosh. Oh, this feels so good. How stinking cute. I love tiny houses. Oh man. Fun fact, my YouTube channel name, A Tiny Nomad, that was my Instagram name before I ever had a YouTube channel. And I named it that because at the time I was living in a tiny house. So I called my Instagram A Tiny Nomad. So actually, it doesn't have anything to do with my size, even though I think that's what everyone thinks. But, yep, a tiny nomad used to live in a tiny house in New Mexico. I realize this is incredibly lazy and I bought the stuff to make chili mac, but I am so tired that I don't want to even wait for these noodles to cook. I just want to pour hot water into a backpacking meal and have a glass of wine and call it a day. So we'll save the chili mac for an actual camping trip instead of a tiny house. Cheers to freezing cold Alaska and tiny houses. That is ice cold. What are we having for dinner tonight? Yellow curry with chicken and rice. Okay. 1.5 cups. I should probably, I don't know, might not do this right. Okay. That looks like 1.5 cups, I think. So would you guys even believe me if I told you that I stopped drinking wine at night before I go to sleep with my dinner? I know if you've been following me for a while, I pretty much always have a glass of red wine with my meals at night. And I did in one of my recent winter camping videos, but that was the end. That was it. That was a few weeks ago. And the reason being is because alcohol makes you pee more in the middle of the night. And the very last thing I want to do in the middle of the night when it is 0 degrees in my 4Runner and I'm warm and cozy in my sleeping bag is get out of my sleeping bag to pee. I do not want to do that. And the second reason I stopped drinking wine at night is because alcohol elevates your body temperature for just a little bit. And then it kind of goes back to normal hours later. So it's not the best thing to drink if you're, trying to regulate your body temperature and just to be aware of how cold you are and how warm you are, because it's very important for me to actually know how cold and how warm I am when I go to sleep. I don't want to think I'm way warmer than I actually am, because then I'll just wake up freezing cold in the middle of the night. And alcohol, it flushes me. So I don't drink anymore during the winter in my 4Runner. But if I'm in a tiny house, treat myself. She's done, my dinner is done. So easy. Love it. So who's been with me since my first backpacking meal ever? The Tiny Nomad Trivia right now. Where was it at? Ding, ding, ding. The Dalton Highway. Tiny Nomad Trivia. Oh boy, I am tired. All right, let's test this one out. Yellow curry with chicken and rice. The first one I ever had was this same brand, and it was chicken fajita. And I was starving to death when I had that one, but it was still so good. So good. These are really, really good. That's almost as good as you get at a restaurant. It just doesn't look as pretty as a restaurant, but it tastes so good. Two thumbs up for me. I will say though, I don't know where they get off saying that this is 2 servings. That's what it says. 2 servings. 1 serving is 250 calories, 2 is 500. 500 calories is 1 serving. That is a meal. I consider that a low calorie meal. A lot of meals these days have upwards of 1,000 calories. 250 calories, that's a snack. That's not a meal. Okay, rant over. Time for one of the main reasons I booked the tiny house. so I could take a hot shower all by my lonesome. Oh, it feels so good. That was the greatest shower I've had in Alaska yet. Been here 6 months, folks. That was it. Cozy socks. Gotta have them. A bed, you guys. Oh my goodness, it's a bed. An actual bed. Wow. A life of luxury, I'll tell you what. Oh yeah, cozy blanket. Cozy blanket for me. Yes, yes, yes. Good night, my dear friend. See you in the morning. Oh. Good morning. Oh my God. I thought I was gonna sleep way better in a bed, and what do you know? I just slept the same as I have been for the last few weeks. I haven't told you guys, but I keep waking up at 3 a.m. every single night, and I thought it had something to do with, I don't know, sleeping in my car in the cold, even though I stay really, really, really warm in my sleeping bag, and I fall asleep super easily. But I'm starting to realize that I think it has to do with the lack of daylight in my circadian rhythm. So I've been doing a lot of research about it lately. And also it could be vitamin D deficiency. So today I'm going to go get some vitamin D supplements. Because, yeah, waking up at 3 a.m. every single night. Not even cold. And I can't go back to sleep. Annoying. Okay. I need coffee. It is extremely windy outside. It's funny because one of my subscribers commented on a video recently, and they were worried about me because of all the wind in Palmer and Wasilla, and I was in Anchorage, and I didn't feel any wind in Anchorage. I was like, what is she talking about? She said there was up to 135-mile-per-hour winds here. I was like, no way, because that's not that far from Anchorage. But now that I'm here, I get it. It's extremely windy. And I have to go outside right now to get breakfast. And I have some cans of iced coffee in my cooler. It did get down to, I think, 0 degrees last night. So we're about to find out if my Yeti cooler insulates it enough from the cold to where it didn't completely freeze. Granted, I can just run it over hot water and drink it and it'll be fine, but I am curious to see if that iced coffee is going to be frozen solid or not. I have a feeling it's not going to be, because it's usually 10 degrees warmer in my car, but that's still freezing. Anyways, let's go see. Okay, just so we know, the iced coffee did not freeze. That's good. My mouthwash that was left in my passenger seat, not inside a Yeti cooler, did indeed freeze. So, just gonna run that over some hot water. That's actually pretty interesting that those water bottles didn't freeze. I mean, freak, I'm tired. that the coffee didn't freeze. Because now I'm going to do some tests in Fairbanks next week or tomorrow, whenever I feel like it. I'm going to throw a few water bottles in my Yeti cooler when it's -20 and -30 and see if they don't freeze at that temperature. Because if not, then that means that cooler is insanely insulated. I'm not thinking it's gonna work in those temperatures, but who knows? I mean, 0 degrees. Yeah, no, feels totally liquid. So those coolers are pretty damn thick. All right, just some oatmeal and coffee. Damn, that's pretty good. Yeah, heck yeah. I did want to share a few things with you guys just to give you an update on my current situation. Always like to fill you guys in. And oh boy, I did end up returning the Feather Friends -60 sleeping bag that I purchased and had a whole episode pretty much talking about that for over 10 minutes. Before you say anything, I never even tried it. I never slept in it, but I did take it out of the packaging and let it loft up. And I realized once I got inside the sleeping bag that it was just entirely too big for me. Which, you know, it makes sense because that sleeping bag is designed for women and men, large men, and I'm a 5 foot tall, very small, petite woman. So that's not to say that it wouldn't have kept me extremely warm. I don't know. I just know that when I got in it, I didn't feel right. For the price I paid for it, I really wanted to love it and to feel like it fit my body well and was cozy, and it just was so big that it wasn't even cozy. And that poses another problem because you really do want a mummy sleeping bag to fit not tight. You want there to be air around it because that's what heats up and keeps you warm. But too much air, too much space is not good because that's just more space the sleeping bag, or more air the sleeping bag has to heat up, so it's not nearly as efficient. So yes, we did return that, but thankfully Feather Friends does make women's bags. The only downside to the women's bags is the lowest they have is -25, but I figured better than nothing. So I ended up exchanging it, got the -25 women's bag, and immediately fell in love with it. When I got inside that bag, I just felt it was the right fit. They even have short and medium for the women. So I got the short, which is designed for people that are 5 foot to 5'3" or 4. And it's incredible. And it's so poofy and lofty, and it keeps me so warm to the point where I've been sleeping in it in Anchorage every single night since I got it, and the temperatures have got down to -5, and still I get too warm in it. I have to unzip it in the middle of the night. So that brings me to my Fairbanks trip. As you guys know by this episode, it is going to be -30. Maybe it could get to -35 in Fairbanks next week. And even if the temperatures are -25 some nights, that's just not, so I don't want to test my -25 sleeping bag out in -25 because that's just not, you don't do that. You acclimate for sleeping bags. So if If the coldest I've slept in is -5, I want to try to do -10 or -15 next. And if that's still warm, I can do -20, -25. I don't want to go head first into -25. So I am most likely going to be staying in accommodation for potentially all of my Fairbanks trip. I'm not sure. So I wanted to at least let you guys know that the next few videos probably won't be outdoorsy videos. I hope to show you guys some of the cool Airbnbs that I picked out, and I don't know, just my experience of my first time feeling -30 weather. So, but yeah, that is just a kind of update I wanted to give you guys, and I'm just gonna finish my coffee, finish this oatmeal. I'm gonna finish this new Truck House Life episode that I started. I actually just discovered his channel a couple weeks ago. I'm obsessed. He is getting ready to drive across the US up the Alaska highway in the dead of winter, which I cannot wait to watch that, because who knows? Maybe I'll have to do that. Maybe I'll want to leave Alaska so bad because I'll get sick of living in my car during the winter that I just dip out one day and attempt to do the Alaska highway in the winter. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope I can make it through. That's about it for me. The next time I see you, I will be in Fairbanks.